106 KMEL.
This is Box Kev inside the KMEL VIP Lounge, and we have a very special guest, the young and talented and very beautiful Kehlani is back in the Bay Area. Welcome home.
What's good? Thank you.
How does it feel to be home?
Really, really good, just because I've been gone for like a year, so it feels good to just be back and active and involved.
That's what's up. So now, take us back to the very, very beginning. Obviously, a lot of people may know you how you got your start on America's Got Talent, correct?
I was 16.
16. How was that process? Like, take us through that, like, if you can, on how that, like, you know, kind of just jump-started everything for you and, you know, how you got through that.
Pretty much, I was at an art school, and I met a couple of musician homies, and out of nowhere, they're just like, yo, my dad wants to start a band. And the guy whose dad it was happened to be Tony, or one of the guys from Tony. So he formed us together, and we just started playing a lot of shows. We were a cover band, so we didn't really have our own music yet. We just started playing a bunch of our own stuff. Then we auditioned for the show, and we got in, and we didn't expect to make it as far as we did. And so to be finalists and be 16 and go back to high school after that and just show kids our age that, like, you know, age doesn't mean anything. Yeah. You can still rock out with people who are like 10 times older than you.
That's awesome. Yeah. Now that was I remember seeing it on TV and just being like, wow, like these kids are like really, really talented. And then seeing you now, like when I made the connection, I was just like, oh my God, that's the same girl. That's crazy. But now you are affiliated with Nick Cannon. Did you guys meet through America's Got Talent, or how did that happen?
I think he kind of like, we peeped each other on America's Got Talent, but there's kind of like a waiting thing that goes on in between shows like that with people who are involved and people who like work on it and stuff. So he waited the waiting period, and 2 years later I get a call like, yo, I rock with your vision, and if you want to come down and rock with me, then let's talk.
That's awesome.
And I came down, and he ended up changing my life. So
and
shout out to
LA
Nick Cannon.
Since, right?
Yep, I've been here for a year.
That's what's up. Okay, now how did the whole like HBK affiliation happen? Because you're kind of like the Nicki Minaj, if you will, to HBK. I mean, you're the only like you know female artist that's really like down with them. So how did that happen?
I think I was just coming up in the Bay, and they were coming up in the Bay, and we did some music together, and the vibe was really natural, and it was really dope, and we all kind of around the same way. We were pushing the same thing, just peace, love, positivity, and most definitely just uprising for the youth of the Bay. So I think when we all kind of saw we were rocking with the same vision, inviting me to officially join it, because people were already making the connection, like, is Kehlani HBK? Is she HBK? Yeah. So to just finalize it, it was just recent, and I'm Sue was just like, yo, everybody's down, we're so down, we rock with you, we got your back with whatever. So much love to them, they're all my big brothers.
Shout out to HBK.
Yeah, squad.
Okay, and then you kind of have your own thing, right? Tell us about the Tsunami Mob. What is that? Is that just like your own little
well, pretty much it's a movement, it's a force, you know. I got the nickname Lonnie Tsunami, I think, just because people were calling me the wavy baby, and then Waves came Tsunami, and then the movie Johnny Tsunami, but the nickname stuck pretty much. And Tsunami Mob was just it was never like a nickname for my fans. It was just a nickname for like the movement, and like anybody's Tsunami Mob, everybody's Tsunami Mob, you feel me? It's just about being one and being a force and being positive and just like, you know, making an impact, which is what tsunamis do. They're a big force.
They come in and wreck shop.
Yeah.
In a good way though.
They kill it.
Yours is more of a positive thing, but absolutely. So now, with the new project you just released, the Cloud 19, I don't even want to call it a mixtape because I feel like it's more than that. I mean, it's all original music.
Yeah.
It's a 8-song, let's say, EP, I guess you could say. And tell us about that process and how it was like putting together your first like body of work and like what it means to you.
Well, I put together like so many bodies of work, and my fans know it's been multiple times on Twitter because I'm very impulsive, where I just been like, yo, I'm dropping a tape, this is the name, this one I want to drop it, and it never comes out. So I think I just I finally realized, you know, like you don't have to rush, especially not with your first project. You really want people to like grasp you for you. So I took a step back, kind of like really refocused on what I wanted the music to sound like, and focused on my sound, and focused on just what I wanted to push, rather than just getting a collection of songs that I liked and putting it out. You know, I had a project ready in April, didn't drop it. I had a project ready before that I just made in New York in a week, and was like, let me just drop this. And so I ended up taking a step back from that, and we got Cloud 19.
There it is. If you haven't picked that up, where can all the fans out there who haven't
KehlaniMusic.com, and then we've got random hard copies in a bunch of stores all over the Bay Area.
So you can find her, or go find your local mom and pop's radio, CD spot. You can get
little
that
scavenger hunt.
Okay, now the content of Cloud 19. I mean, obviously I'm just making an assumption here, but does Cloud 19, does it have to do with your age, or does it mean something different?
Yeah, I made it while I was turning 19.
Okay.
And after I turned 19, and it was just like, to me, the year that everything really started clicking and things started really like, I started getting for sure signs that, you're on the path that you're meant to be on and you're doing the right thing. So I was like, let me just take the time to stamp this time in my life and make sure it's memorable, not only for people that are growing with me but for me, myself. So being 19 is pretty tight.
Yeah, like I said, the content of the music, some of the stuff, it's very mature. Some of the stuff you wouldn't typically hear from a 19-year-old. So where do you get your like musical influence as far as the content that you speak about and the maturity level of the music that you're putting out? Because like I said, it's not typical of a 19-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, I don't consider myself a typical 19-year-old.
Right.
I grew up a little different, and I went through a lot of things early that a lot of 19-year-olds don't go through until they're 19, until they're 20, till they're 21. Mm-hmm. So I think I was just able to like use those experiences not as ever like a hindrance, but like just to platforms to move forward and to learn myself early. I was blessed to be able to figure out who I was and be comfortable with that really early, to where I can say I'm a mature 19-year-old, to where adults can relate to me and I can sit down and have a conversation with an adult, and at the end of it they're just like, I can't believe I had a conversation with a 19-year-old, and I'm just like, thanks. So as far as who do I draw inspiration from, I'm totally stuck in the late 90s, early 2000s when it comes to R&B and a lot of neo soul. Like my favorites, obviously Lauren, Erica, Jill, like many people, Stevie Wonder, Music Soul Child, like everybody from that era, pretty much, Guapale, I love them all. So I didn't really grow up on too much hip hop. My aunt was one of those super just classic neo soul, play this CD until they start scratching type people. So we grew up knowing all the words to everything.
That's what's up. Okay, now so at the end of the day, when you get to leave your mark on music, what is it that you want your legacy to be, and what do you want like the people to know about Kehlani?
I just want to inspire. That's pretty much it. At the end of the day, I just want people to know that someone that didn't come from something that was promising made it into something promising. That I came from a place that too many people don't make it out of, but so many people are so talented. Everyone in Oakland is so talented, but the chances of actually making it out is this big.
Right.
So I just want kids that grew up like me and that look like me, that dress like me, that get judged for having tattoos and piercings and look rough, and you can make R&B music, and you can be soft, and you can feel, and you can have emotions, and you're not a nerd, and you're not, you can be you, and you can just win with that. At the end of the day, it's just being yourself.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you very much for coming here. Welcome home. Hopefully we'll be seeing you a lot more. And if you just want to go ahead and let everybody know how they can stay up to date with you, find out all the information on where you're performing at, get teased by some of those songs that you never drop, and all that stuff, how can they get in contact with you?
Well, you can stay up to date with my social media, which is it's all Kehlani Music, and my name is KEHLANI Music, and my website KehlaniMusic.com. So everything is Kehlani Music, pretty much. That's songs, that's merchandise, that's show updates, that's just my regular dumb teenage thoughts every day. So keep up with me to be tight. Grow with me.
There it is. Thank you very much, Kehlani, for being here. We wish you all the best, and hopefully we'll be seeing you again soon.
Bless.